Good evening and welcome to our 5-minute Bible study with talking about heroes of faith. Thank you for joining. And tonight we're going to be talking about Abram, which later became Abraham. So it's going to take a couple of nights. So we're going to have part 1, part 2, and part 3. So tonight we're going to work on part 1. And I'm going to be reading from Genesis 12, 1 through 7, the NIV version. The call of Abram. The Lord has said to Abram, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curse you, I will curse. And all people on earth will be blessed through you." So Abram went as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he set out from Haran. He took his wife Sarah, his nephew Lot, all the possessions they had accumulated, and the people they had acquired in Haran. And they set out for the land of Canaan, and they arrived there. Abram traveled through the land as far as the site of the great tree of Morah and Shasham. At that time, the Canaanites were in the land. The Lord appeared to Abram and said, "To your offsprings I will give this land." So he built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him. Amen. I'm going to also read Hebrews 11, 8 through 10. It correlates so we can discuss. And I will also be reading from the NIV version. By faith, Abraham, when called to go to a place he would later receive as his inheritance, obeyed and went. Even though he did not know where he was going, by faith he made his home in the promised land like a stranger in a foreign country. He lived in tents, as did Isaac and Jacob, who were heirs with him of the same promise. For he was looking forward to the city with foundations, whose architect and builder is God.
Amen.
Amen. So with Abram, later who became Abraham, he really showed his faith and trust in God. He showed that whatever God told him to do, no matter what it looked like, he went. He went to a land he was not familiar with, and taking his family, all his possessions. That's a big step in faith. For faith, it's like we'll step out there, but let me make sure I have accommodations. I know where I'm going. I have somewhere to stay. I have something to lean on when I get there. We're growing, we're developing our faith because people are moving. People are being led to move in this season, and people are being led to just start new jobs and start new businesses. But the beginning, when Abraham was told to go and he went, that was pack up your family and go where I lead you. He didn't tell him where he was going. He didn't say where to go. He just said, "Go where I will tell, and I will tell you to go." Amen.
Amen. And just to come off that, a little scenario here. It's like God tell us to leave, through me, for us to leave or go do XYZ. I come home and tell you this. So can you imagine that scenario? Him coming home telling Sarah, God told us to go. And she say, "Where?" He said, "He just told us to go."
Yes.
You can imagine that conversation, especially with us today, if that was the case. So
exactly.
With his faith, he's unbelievable. But a little bit about Abraham, as you stated, when God later changed his name, because as of now his name is Abram, which means, I took some notes here, exalted. Then when God changed it, Abraham, the father of a multitude. But God is calling all of us to this faith, and these are just our examples. And I think Abraham is our father of faith.
Yes.
And God wants us to have a childlike faith. And he mentioned this over in the New Testament. A childlike faith is when you tell your kids you're going to take them to the amusement park. They don't ask you how much it costs. All they want to know, all thing they do is rejoice, know we're going to the amusement park.
Yes.
They don't know how it's going to get paid for, how we're going to get there. All they know is
Mhm.
mom and dad are taking me to the amusement park. So God tells us to have a childlike faith. Kids easily believe, so that's why
Yes.
he used that analogy.
Yes.
But Abraham, he's our father of faith. But that was like amazing. God said just go. So when he tell you to go or do something
Yes.
which you don't even know how it's going to work out, but you know God's plans is
Mhm.
always best.
Exactly.
Mm.
Amen to that. And it's
Right.
like, go. See what's there.
Exactly.
It's like, don't miss out on what he has for you, thinking
Yes.
about what you see in front of you.
Exactly.
So that's all about the faith.
And one other thing from Abraham, even in our lives today, even in our own personal lives, God told us to do things, but he didn't give us the whole plan.
Mhm.
You know, and it's going to be some trials, some tribulations, some challenges,
Yes.
it's going to be some tough times when you doing what God tell you to do, but you have to always remember, God, you told me to do this.
Yeah.
I know I know what the end is going to be. So you always have a hope. That's your hope and your faith and confidence in God.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the faith. So thank you. We want to thank you for joining us again tonight, talking about our heroes of faith. This was part 1 of Abraham, and we do plan on coming back with part 2 because Abraham was a big deal. He was a
Yes.
big part of the faith heroes.
Yes.
So we thank you for joining us. May God bless you and have a good night.